Forgot. So what is the navigation for creating a custom report types? Setup, build, setup, build, setup, build, create. Look at the navigation once again. Setup, build, create, report types, then continue. New custom report type. Then look at the report type navigation once again. Setup, build, create, report types, new custom report type. Then on which object you want to create this report type? On which object you want to create this report type? That is called a primary object. On whichever the object you want to create a report type, choose that object as a primary object. So I have taken, let us say, customer object. Then in which folder you want to store? I told other reports. Then we want to go with deployment. You want to keep it as in development or deployed? When you say deployed, it's accessible for everyone. In development, only admin can access it. Go to the next. So what did I do? I have chosen the primary object and I gave the name for a report type. Now they're asking, do you want to use only this primary object? Do you want to use only this primary object, or you want to use any one of the related objects? In the report, you want to use only primary object, or you want to use corresponding child records also? Okay, you have decided to use corresponding child record. So what is that? Customer with loans. Okay. Now, do you want to take every customer record, or you want to take only those customers who have a loan records? Do you want every parent record to be taken in the report, or you want to take only those parent record which has the corresponding childs? I repeat again. Do you want to take every customer record, irrespective of whether it has child or not, or you want to take only those customers which have a child? If I choose the first option, then only those customers which have a child records called loan, only they will be taken into report. If I choose the second option, irrespective of the customer has a loan or not, every customer record will be taken into report. Okay. Now A to B, B to C, C to D. I can go up to 3 levels. Same. Now when you are going for this, look at the format. Now there are 21 fields in the customer, 26 fields in the customer. Do you want every field of the customer to be in report? No, you don't want. Then what I can do? Click on edit layout. Whichever the fields you don't want, remove them. Let us say I don't want personal loan. Whichever the fields you don't want, we can remove it. Initially there are 21 fields. Out of those 21 fields, whichever the fields you want to be in the report, whichever the fields you want them to be in report, then we have this how I have taken. Now save it. Now what was that? Customer 14 fields. Out of 21 fields, I want only these 14 fields to be in the report. Now this is what we have created, which is called report type. Again I go repeat the points. Report type. What is a report type? What is a report type? This will specify on which object we are creating a report, what are the fields on which we are creating the report, what is the data that is involved in the report. This will specify on which object you are creating a report, on which data you are creating a report, what are the fields on which we are trying to create a report. Right. So this is a report type. Let us create one more time. How to create? Setup. Administer. Sorry. Build. Create. Report types. Then new custom report type. Then we have here primary object. Choose the primary object. I want to create this on, let us say, account. Let us say account. Report type name, description, corporate customers. Where you want to store? Other folder. Now what do you want to do? Deployment status. In development, deployed. Next. Do you want to take any one of the child records in the report? Then choose. I told opportunities. Do you want to take every account? Do you want to take every account or only those accounts? Do you want to take every account or do you want to take only those accounts which have opportunities? You want to take every account or you want to take only those accounts which have opportunities? I told every account which has an opportunity, only those records should be taken. If I choose the second option, every opportunity, every account record, irrespective of whether it has opportunity or not. I want to take, if I choose the first option, only those account records which has opportunities will be taken. If I choose the second option, every account record, irrespective of whether they have option or not, whether they have opportunity or not, they are taken into consideration. Up to how many levels? A to B, B to C, C to D. Up to 3 levels I can go. So up to how many levels? 3 levels. Okay. Now, in account object, we had 58 fields, opportunity 34 fields. You want all these fields to be in the report? Then leave it. No, only specific fields. Whichever the fields you don't want, simply select them, remove it. Whichever the fields you don't want, just remove it, leave it. Remove it, select the field, drag and drop on this. Remove the fields which you don't want in the report. So this is how you are creating a report type. So once again I repeat the point. What is a report type? Report type will tell you on which object you are creating a report. Report type will tell you on which data you are creating report. Report type will tell you what are the fields on which report is created. Then there are two types of report types. One is standard report type, other one is custom report type. Standard report type means report type created by the Salesforce. The report type which is created by the Salesforce is called standard report type. Abhinav, mute your mic. Report type which is created by the Salesforce is called standard. On which object standard report type is created? Standard report type is created on standard objects as well as custom objects. Now, standard report type is created on every standard object, but it is created only on those custom objects. This is created only on those custom objects in which we have option called allow report types. We have an option called allow report types. If you enable at the time of creating a custom object, if you enable the option called allow report types, at the time of creating an object, if you enable an option called allow reports, only then standard report type will be created. Custom report type. What is custom report type? As per your business requirement, you are trying to create, whatever the report type you want, which is called custom report type. Now next, what is the navigation? Setup, build, create, report type. Step number 1, choose the primary object. Step number 2, enter the report type name. Step number 3, choose the folder. Step number 4, specify on which object, specify what are the child records on which you want to create. Step number 6, mention what are the list of fields on which you want report. So this is the navigation. How do you see the report types? Anyone has any query at this point? At this level, anyone has any queries, boss? Good. Okay. Now, how do you see the report types? Select reports, new report. Look at this. All these are standard report types created by the Salesforce. These are standard report types created by the Salesforce. In other reports, look at this. Now, all these are the standard reports created by the Salesforce on those objects on which you have enabled LO reports. Look at this. We have customer, we have position, we have payment. What I will do to show you this example, go to objects, you have candidate, LO reports. I removed LO reports on candidate. Similarly, job application, LO reports on job application. Similarly, position, payment. Now go back, see standard reports once again. No. If you look at this, previously we had a reports on, we had a position, payment, job application. There are few reports. All of them are removed. Now let me remove this also. Customer, testing. So if I enable this option called LO reports, you will be getting standard report types. Otherwise, you will not be getting this. Testing. Go to report types. Other. Now look at this. We have only attend. Previously we had a lot of report types. Now all of them are removed. So the point here is, if you enable LO reports, standard report types will be created by Salesforce. If you don't want standard report types, you want to create your own report types, then go to the navigation. As I told you, setup, build, create report types, new report type, and create. I hope I'm clear with the creation of report types. Now let us go back. Next point is, how do you create reports? Report types are completed. Then how to create a report? Suppose I have a table here. I have a table here. Name, city, course, fee, date. So this is a table. Java. So this is the data. What on this data I want to create a report. On this data I want to create a report. This is the data we have. On this data we want to create a report. Now there are four types of reports. What was that? Tabular report, summary report, matrix report, joint report. Tabular, summary, matrix, joint. There are four types of reports. First, let us go with the tabular report. When I say tabular report, it will simply give you list of records in the form of a table. When I say tabular report, it will simply give you list of records in the form of a table. When I say tabular record, when I say tabular, it simply gives list of records in the form of a table. List of records in the form of a table it is going to give you. So let us see this. Give me all the list of students who have joined for Java. So I have Sam, Hyderabad, Java, Ram, Bangalore, Java, Kiran, Hyderabad, Java. What was that? Simply, it is giving you list of records in the form of a table. Simply, it is giving you list of records in the form of a table. Tabular report, list of records which are meeting the condition, they are given in the form of a table. So I have amount paid, right. Now this is the list of records. Tabular report. Tabular report means list of record which are meeting the condition, they are given in the form of table. Tabular record. List of records which are meeting the condition, they are given in the form of a table. Let us go to the next. Summary report. What is a summary report? Right. Now, what is the form of a summary report? Let us go to the next one. Summary means list of records are given in the form of groups. If you want to group the data, and use it, then we go for summary. Let me give you. I have get me the list of students city wise. When I say get me the list of students city wise, name, course, paid, balance. First city, Hyderabad, 3 records. Then we had Sham, course, Java, paid 1000, balance 2000. Kiran, Java, 4000, 2000. Ravi, Ram, Java, 1000. Prasad. This is what we created. Right. So we got summary. What is that summary? Grouping the records row wise. All the records whose city is Hyderabad, they are grouped under one set. All the records whose city is Bangalore, they are grouped under one name. So grouping the records row wise is called summary report. Grouping the records row wise is called summary report. Grouping the records row wise is called summary report. Okay. Now when you are grouping this, if I apply any aggregate functions, then they are going to get a total here. 9,000, 8,000, 17,000. Group wise total and grand total. So what was this called? Summary report. Grouping the data row wise is called summary report. Grouping the data row wise is called summary report. If you give a list of records in the form of a table, it is a tabular report. If you give a list of records in the form of a table, it is a tabular report. If I give a list of records in the form of a table, it is a tabular report. If I give a group of records, if I give a report by grouping the data based on a field, if I give a report by grouping the data based on a field, it is summary report. Then we have matrix. What do you mean by a matrix? Matrix means row wise and column wise grouping. If you want to group the data row wise and column wise, if you want to group the data row wise and column wise, then it is called matrix report. If you want to group the data row wise and column wise, that is called matrix report. Let me give you this. Now I want to give row wise city, column wise course. What are the different courses we have? Java, then name Sham, Java 1, then we have Hyderabad, Kiran, Hyderabad Java again, then Ravi, SFDC, 5,000. So we are grouping the data row wise and column wise. Bangalore, Ram, Java, then we have then let us see how we get the data. Okay. Look at this. Number of students from Hyderabad joined for Java course 2. Number of people from Bangalore, number of people from Hyderabad joined for SFDC 1. Number of people from Bangalore joined for Java 1. Number of people from Bangalore joined for SFDC. Number of students joined for Java. 3. Number of students joined for SFDC. So what was this? We are grouping the data row wise and column wise. Number of people from Hyderabad joined for the Java. Number of people from Hyderabad joined for SFDC. Number of people from Bangalore joined for Java, joined for SFDC. Total number of students who have joined for Java. Total number of people who have joined for SFDC. Right. So this is called matrix report. This is called matrix report. So when you say joined report, then what happened? Joining two or more reports and forming a single report. Two individual reports you want to join and make a single report, then we call it as joint report. So these are the formats of reports. These are the formats in which we can create a report. These are the formats in which we can create a report. Anyone has any queries at this point? Anyone has any queries at this level? Okay. Next one. Once you create a report, where are these reports saved? You are creating a report. Once you create these reports, where are these reports saved? Reports are saved in folders. Every report you create, that is saved in a folder. When every report is saved in a folder, what type of folders we have? Standard folder, standard report folder, custom report folder, public report folder, if you are creating any report that you create has to be saved to a folder. Any report that you create has to be saved to a folder. If the report has to be saved to a folder, what type of folders we have? We have standard report folder, my personal custom report folder, public report folder, custom report folder. Now, in standard report folder, only standard reports will be stored. Only standard reports which are created by the Salesforce are stored. In personal custom report folder, any custom report you have created, any custom report folder you have created will be stored to this folder. Any custom report you have created, you can store to this folder. But the problem is, if I save the report to this folder, only I can see. I cannot share this report with anyone else. Any report I have saved to this folder, any report that I have saved to this folder will be visible to only the owner. No other person can see this. Any report that is saved to this folder, that is visible to only you and no other user can see it. Any report that is stored to this folder, only owner can access it, no other user can access it. I repeat, any report which is stored to my personal custom report folder, only I can see it, no other user can see this report. If you want to share with anyone else, it is not possible. Okay, then public report folder. Any report that is stored to this folder will be visible to every user in the organization whose profile has view reports in public folder. The profile, we have two options. If my profile has this access, my profile has access to these options, then I will be able to see the report. Any report that is stored to public report folder, that is visible to all the users who have manage reports in public report folder or view the reports in public report folder. Then custom report folder. Any report that is stored to this folder can be shared with whomever you want. Let us repeat the definitions of this. Any report that is created in the Salesforce will be stored to a there are 4 types of folder. In this folder, we can only store reports which are created by the Salesforce. Custom reports cannot be saved. My personal custom reports which are created by you. Any report saved to this folder cannot be accessed. Please mute your mic. Mute your mic now. Any report saved to this folder cannot be accessed or shared with then we have public report folder. Reports in this folder are accessible all the users who have whose profile has then we have reports saved in this folder can be shared with desired people. Right, these are the different folders. Let us see how this work actually. Look at this. You're finding all the folders here. You're finding all the folders. These are called standard report folders. In this, we have unified public reports. These are accessible to those people whose profile have manage or view access. My personal custom reports. Any report stored to this folder are accessible to only owner. Next, you want to create your own folder, you have an option here. New report folder. You have created your own folder. Then you are sharing the folder with a particular user or a role and subordinate. Wilson. I want to share with Wilson. With what access? View or edit or manage. I want him to manage. So creating your own report folder, and you are sharing with whomever you want. So what are the different folders we have? Public report folder, my personal custom report folder, standard report folder, and your own report folder. So this is the story about folders. You got a concept of report type, you have seen type of reports, then you have seen the folders. Now let us see how we create reports. Let us see how we create the reports. So if you want to create the reports, we need to know the concept of report type, we need to know the concept of folder, we need to know the concept of type of reports. So we need to understand what are the different types of reports, report folders, and report types. So concept of report type, concept of folder, concept of report type, concept of report folder, and what is the third one? Type of report. These three concepts you have to understand. That is the reason we have seen report types, report folders, type of reports. Now let us see how to create a report. Click on Reports tab, New Report, choose the report type. It's your choice, choose the report type. Now whatever you are finding now is called report builder page. Right now what you are finding here is called report builder page. Right now what you are finding is called report builder page. In the report builder, this is called filter pane, this is called fields pane, this is called preview pane. If you remember, at the time of creating a report type, I told whichever the fields you want to show in the report, I ask you to leave, rest of the fields I ask you to remove it. So whichever the fields you left there without removing, they will be visible here. Using these fields, I was supposed to create a report. Now what is that? Report builder. What type of report you are trying to create? Tabular report. So what do you want to do? Account name, type. If you don't want the fields, remove them. You want any extra fields, you can add them. So I want account name, annual revenue. Then I can go with industry. Whatever the fields you want, you can organize them. Then I can go with ownership. Right. Whatever the fields you want, you can select it. Oops. If you don't want the fields, just remove it. The fields which you don't want, remove it. The fields which you want, you can add it. This is how we are doing it. Right. Then, which data you are applying the filter here? Where created data equal to all time. You can say current financial year, last financial year, last month, last year, last. We can specify or particular date to particular date. I told all my accounts from so and so date to so and so date. We are getting this data. Simply a tabular report. Simply a tabular report. List of records we are getting here, which is a tabular report. Now, what is a tabular report? Simply a list of records in the form of a table. Now, what I can do, if I want, I can organize this data in the ascending order. Look at this, click on this, you can say sort in ascending order, or you can say sort in descending order. What I can do is I can sort the data. What I can do is I can sort the data. So, create a report and we can sort the data. Once again, I will do it. Let us see. Click on reports. Choose the opportunities. Then apply the condition. You want all the opportunities? No, I don't want all the opportunities. I'm giving where created date in all time and only those opportunities whose stage name is closed. Right. Now in this, whatever the data you want, you keep it. Rest of the data you can remove it. If you don't want any data, you can remove it if you want. So we can organize the fields in random order as per your choice. Now what I can do, I can say summarize this field. Summarize means sum of, average of, max of, min of. I told sum of. So I got summarization. What I can do, I can sort the data, I can summarize. I can sort the data. If I want, I can summarize. So what I can do in the tabular reports, I can sort the data. If I want, I can summarize. I can sort the data. If I want, I can summarize. Now, on the top of the field, I can also create bucket fields. On the top of the fields, I can also create bucketing field. What is that bucketing field? Look at this. Bucket this field. If amount is less than 50,000, not bad. Then 50,000 to 1 lakh, good. Above 1 lakh. So what is that? One extra column was created. One extra column was created. One extra column was created, showing you one extra column was created here showing you the status of this value. Based on this value, I am adding extra column. Based on this value, I am adding extra column. So this is called bucketing the field. This is called bucketing the field. Based on the value, based on this value, we are creating extra field. Like let us say, if it is 40, pass. If it is above 60, first class. If it is above 70, okay, distinction. Like that I want to give. So if you want to give any extra information, or you want to create any extra field, then I will go for bucketing the field. Then we go for bucketing the field. Right. I hope you are good with this. Right. So what was that bucketing the field? Adding the extra column to the report. We are trying to add extra column to the report. Okay. Let us go to the next one. Summary report. I hope everyone is good with this. Everyone has followed. Look at this. Run the report. Save as. In which folder you want to store? Capital folder. Save it. Right. Let us go to the next one. Reports. New report. Opportunities. I have chosen a report type. Create. Then choose the format what you want. Whatever the fields you don't want, you remove it. Now, what we are doing, I told lead score source group by this field. The moment I am grouping the data, what we are getting here? The moment I group the data, what we are getting here? Summary report. When you group the data, it is called summary report. So what I'm doing, lead source blank, 5 records. Lead source phone inquiry, 1 record. Lead source purchase data, 1. Lead source word of mouth, 3. So what we got? We got a group. Now I told summarize. Group wise total we are getting and grand total we are getting. This is called summary report. Summary means what? Grouping the data based on a field. Summary report means grouping the data based on a field. Grouping the data based on a field is called summary report. Grouping the data based on a field is called summary report. Again I repeat, grouping the data based on a field is called summary report. Now let us go to the next one. Run the report. When you run the report is formed here. Now look at this. Group wise data we received. Group blank 7 records. This is the sum. Lead score 2. Group wise you got. Now you want to see data and report together, or you want to see only conclusion? If you want to see only conclusion, simply click on hide details. When you say hide details, only the conclusions will come here. When you say hide details, only the conclusion will come. When you say hide details, only conclusion will come. Show details, records with the conclusions will come. So save as. Okay. Then we are going for matrix report. What is that matrix report, boss? Row wise and column wise grouping. Row wise and column wise grouping. So what I want to do, row wise I want to group based on lead score. Group based on lead source. Column wise I want to group based on stage. Row wise group based on lead source. Now I want to say matrix report, or I can say type. Look at this. Genie Point Lab. Genie Point Lab is blank. United Oil plant standby, existing customer upgrade. So row wise grouping, column wise grouping. So if you go for row wise and column wise grouping, then we call it as matrix. Row wise and column wise grouping is called matrix. This is how we get it. Row wise grouping and column wise grouping is called matrix. So simply list of records, it is a tabular report. List of records, it's a tabular report. Group the records based on a field, summary. Group the records row wise and column wise is called matrix. Group the records row wise and column wise is called matrix. Group the records row wise and column wise is called matrix. Again I repeat. Group the records row wise and column wise is called matrix. Now what is the fourth format? Joint report. Joint report means if two reports are created on the same object, if two reports are created on the same primary object, if two reports are created on the same primary object, then we can join both the reports and form a single report. What was that? Look at the point. Report, new report. So I can go with my own custom reports first. Setup. Again, I'm going with one more. So both these are created on same account object. I'm creating two report types. Both of them are created on the same object called account. If two reports are created on the same object, then we can join them. How we can join? Let us see. New report. So I gave account with industry. This is a report type. So we got account name. I want to create a phone number. So account with phone number. Now what I'm doing, I told a report type as joint report. When I told report type as joint report, on the top we got an option. What is it? Add a report type. We can add one more report type which is created on the same object. What was that? We go with industry. So what was that? Account phone number is one report, account industry is another report. So we are joining two reports and forming a single report. But what is the condition here? Both the report types should be created on the same object. Both the report types should be created on the same object. If two report types are created on the same object, if two report types are created on the same object, if two report types are created on the same object, then we can join them and make it as a single report. This is a joint report. So how many formats of reports we have? Tabular report, summary report, matrix report, joint report. Let me revise what all the points we have discussed till now. First, what is a report? A report is nothing but a analysis on the data. Report is nothing but analysis on the data. If you want to create a report, we need to understand report type, report folder, report formats. These are the three topics which we need to understand. First one, we need to go with report type. Report type will tell you on which object you have created a report, on which object you have created a report, on which fields you have created a report, and what is the data involved in the report. Report type will tell you on which object you are creating a report, on which data you are creating a report, on which fields you are creating a report. There are two types of report types. One is standard report type, another one is custom report type. Any report type which was created by the Salesforce is called standard report type. Standard report types are created on standard objects and on custom objects. Report types are created on the standard objects and the custom objects on which allow reports option is enabled. Created on the standard object or a custom objects on which allow reports option is enabled. Custom report type. According to your business requirement, whatever the report types you want to create, they are called custom report type. Navigation, setup, build, create, report type, new report type. Choose the primary object, tell which child records you want to include. If you want to include any one of your child records, it will ask you, should I take only those parent records which have a child? Should I take only those parent records which have a child? Or should I take every parent record irrespective of it has a child or not? Then choose which list of fields you want to be in the report. This is a report type. Then every report we create, they have to be saved to a folder. Any report that we create in the Salesforce has to be saved to a folder. How many types of folders we have? There are 4 types of folder. First one is standard report folder. In this, only standard reports will be saved. We will not be able to save custom reports. My personal custom report folder. Any report created by you which you don't want to share with anyone, that we put on my personal custom report folder. Next we had unified public report folder. any report that is saved to this folder, any report that is saved to this folder can be accessed by all those users whose profile has manage reports in the public folder or view reports in the public folder. Let us go to the next. What was this? My custom report folder. Any report that is stored to this folder can be shared with anyone of your choice. What are the different types of reports? Standard reports, custom report. Standard report, any report that was created by the Salesforce is called standard. Custom report, any report that was created by the user is called custom report. What are the different formats? Tabular, summary, matrix, and join. Tabular report, it is a list of records displayed in the form of table. Summary report, list of records grouped by a particular field. Matrix report, grouping the data row wise and column wise is called matrix report. Joining two or more reports into a single report is called joined. So if you want to group up to how many fields we can group? We can group up to 3 fields. If you want to go for a joined report, both the reports should be created on the same primary object. This is what we have discussed in the last one